Hi to our Sir Afizi. So today we will present our project, which is Social Networking Unimi website. So I'm Cho Monsu. My group member got Chu Jian Fen, Lee William, Abdul Mohamed, and Vaishli. So I will pass to my group mate to explain the project background.
Our project background is we are here to help the university increase social interaction between the students and the lecturers. We are building relationship between the student lecturer and Unimi to get closer. This will provide a private channel for students and lecturers to share information. It's also to prevent information from being disclosed to the public. Management can be done by using this website like data sharing, event announcement, activity, and so on. It also allows students to sell food online through the website to other students. Next.
So the project problem statement may not have all the student number where wanting to reach a person among the university is an issue also. So walking a long way to get the food. So if the student order from our website, they also need to walk a long way to get their food, not like deliver. So the not much food choice is our problem also. Students got in search of food out of the university. So next is Project M. So our Project M is to ease the process of purchasing food in the university, help student communication with other Unimi student and lecturer, provide more choice of food to choose from, help student communication with other student or lecturer, alleviate student burden, create private space for student and staff. So next.
Our project's objective is to computerize the food ordering system process, is to display the details of sales and purchase history, to calculate the price of order, to make it easier to find, choose, and get food, and is also to make it easier for students to communicate among one another and to the lecturers. Next. Our project justification is public social media can cause problems due to private information disclosure to the public. Private social website can be the solution to prevent the information leak. Unimi social networking website can allow management to share information and is protected by the security of Unimi. Relationships between lecturers and students can be established. It also can improve the student experience, which they can get new updates of events of Unimi. Information sharing can be managed by the Unimi IT department. Next.
So next is our project scope. So our project scope is to create a private social networking website which only the student and staff can access. Requires student and staff use the private account that provided by Unimi with a compatible browser, which is Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Microsoft Edge, and so on, to have a private space for students and staff to share university information like what infrastructure to need to improve student study, what problem that Unimi have and need to solve, fast response between student and staff. So next.
The prototype methodology used in this project is prototyping model. It is suitable for this project due to the taking users' feedback early in the project and due to the time constraints. For requirement gathering, the interview sessions will be conducted in person. For the implementation process, the project's design and prototype will be reviewed every week. This project is a scripting-based project which uses PHP for the backend, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the front end, and jQuery JavaScript as the library.
So for the project deliverables, so first is the project proposal, which we need to submit between on June 5th, 2020. And the output will be the approved proposal. And second is the project prototype, our first prototype, which we need to complete the SRS, SDD, TRR, which is the software requirement specification, software design document, and test readiness review. So for the SRS, we need to complete on June 8, 2020, and STD we need to complete on June 2020, and TRR we need to complete on 6 July 2020, which will come out the SRS version 1, STD version 1, and TRR version 1. Next. So for the third one, which is our second prototype. So for the SRS, we need to finish on June 15, 2020. And STD, we need to finish on 29 June 2020. And TRR, we need to finish on 13 July 2020. So in here, we can count out SRS version 2, STD version 2, and TRR version 2. Lastly is the project presentation, which we need to present on August 10, 2020, and present all the SRS version 3.1, STD version 3.1, and TRR version 3.1. Next is the project plan. So based on the project milestone, we need to complete project requirement, which all requirement for Unified Social Network must be complete based on the design, and it must complete before 13 June 2020. And for the complete project design, which is the requirement project design for the website to work and its functionality, we need to complete also on 13 June 2020. And the project coding, which all coding required completed, resulting in software prototype, which also need to complete on 13 June 2020. And the project testing and debugging, which tests all the functionality of the website and identify error corrected, which need to be done before 20 June 2020. Next is the project plan, which is we do on the Gantt chart. So project proposal we need to finish between week 1 and week 4, and the requirement gathering basically is from week 1 until week 12, which have the which is the research and analysis and list requirement. For research and analysis, we need done between week 4 and week 5, and list requirement we need to done between week 4 until week 6. After that is the prototype. So the prototype basically will start from week 1 until week 14, and it includes the analysis and design, which need to complete between week 6 until week 8, and implementation is week 7 until week 9, and testing we need to complete between week 10 until week 11, and the evaluation is on week 8 until week 11, and after that is the project development is on week 12 until week 14. Next is the project SRS. So basically this is the overall use case of the project. So basically our user is lecturer and student. So lecturer and student can include login, which extend logout, which means we have login and logout function. After that, lecturer and student also upload posts in the project in the Unified Social Networking website. They also are allowed to steal food in the website, order food in the website, and the most important function is the chat function. So for the chat function here, they are allowed to do food payment funding to the seller in the website. So next is the admin. Admin is possible to manage user activity, where they can edit food menu, approve user requests for the posting, for user posting. Next is a project STD. So basically we take the most important is the sell food function. So for user, when user click the sales food button, the Unified Social Networking will display the sell food page to the user. So after that, user can enter the food name, price, and quantity for the food selling on the Unified Social Networking website, and click the sell button. After that, the networking website will store the food name, price, and quantity to the database. So the database will create one new record for the food name, price, quantity in the database. After that, it will display a food sale upload success message to the user. So the message will pass from database to the website and pass to the user. Then when user click on the food list, and the Unified website will request on the database for all the food list data, then the database will process it and send the food list to the website, and the website will display the food list page so that user can check whether their food selling on the website is it success or not. Next is a TLR. So we're taking the most important function, which is the chat user interface. So basically for the step, basically is a chat room functionality which is tested by Lee William, and test design that is on August 7, 2020 and executed by Zhu Yanfeng. So the execution date is on August 10, 2020. So for the text step, each user click on the message text box to send message, and expected result is the text box where the user can type the message. The actual result that the message can be displayed on the text box, and is it pass or fail. So next step is click on send icon to send message. So the message either is sent to the group, whether is it pass or no. So for the actual result that the message appear on the group and is pass. After that, message appear at the chat room. So when message sent by the user is aligned to the right, the message, so the actual result will be the message sent by the user is aligned to the left. So which means the status is failed, and the chat room need further development before reaching the final product. Next.
So next is project constraint and assumption. So for our project constraint, we need project funding sources are limited with no contingency. Due to the nature of law enforcement, resource availability is inconsistent. Make sure the project will follow according to the project plan schedule and does not exceed the deadline. So our project assumption, we hope that Unimind students are willing to change using WhatsApp to our Unimind social networking. So staff and the management can announce the latest news using the website. Whole Unimind staff and or students ensure the existence of a technological infrastructure that can support the new website.
So this is the Unimind social networking website. So this is to register the user in this platform. So the user will insert the username, desired username. For example, let's say we try an existing user, Abdul Mohammed, and email is password is QWRTY. So if you register, then you will say email already exists. So this is the error handling, first error handling. So if you want to register an existing user, okay. So what if we try another one? So let's say we have Abdul Mohammed but different email. So we have like student user and password same to register. Then we will bring to the wall. So yeah, if it's if the email is already registered, then it will not have any error. That's it. So for the post wall, so we can post anything you want. For example, if you want to type like hi, hello, that post it was activated successfully. So if you refresh this web page, then it will show that hi, hello people, and everything. So yeah. So another cool feature is if you want to chat, so chat, we can like filter by country. Like this is one of the things that needs to be changed inside this website. Instead of filter by country, we can put filter by subjects or filter by courses in this website. So yeah, we can create a chat group. So group name, for example, if you want to put like object oriented programming, and then country or the course is like OOP, for example. So we cat group. So this is the error handling. You need to provide a group image. So we upload any image you want. For example, we put chicken, for example, then create group. So your group is being created. So this is the visibility of system status, and then there. So if we go back here, so there's an object or the program group. You can enter the group and see the online people here. So we get a hi. So there you go. And if you check the other group, this one, the difference between sent message from ourselves to and others is that our sent messages will be marked as blue, and the other messages from other people will be marked as grey. So that's the difference. But this will be so hard for a user that is not familiar with the this interface. Most user will prefer the sent messages to be at the right instead of the left, so that will be implemented later. So this is the prototype. So yeah, this will cover for the Unimai social networking website. Next, we will look at the Unimai food ordering system that will be implemented inside this website. This is the Unimai food ordering system. So the user doesn't need to register or log in twice. So the user just log in to the Unimai social networking website, and then they will be integrated into the Unimai food ordering system. So when the user navigate to the Unimai food ordering system, they don't need to register or log in. So they just use their ID from the Unimai social networking website. Okay, so for example, the name of the user is customer 1. So they order the food, for example, like char kway teow, 7 ringgit per piece. So let's say 1, and then laksa they also want 1. For example, laksa is 3 ringgit, and roti canai they don't want roti canai, so 0. So any note, so for example, no vegetables. Okay, so order. Then they can choose the payment type. Either they want to use wallet or cash on delivery. So if they use wallet, they have to provide the address, card number, and CVV. If they want to use cash on delivery, they just provide address. For example, 78 Jalan Ekwa 1/3, Desa Permai, 78180 nilai 9. Then they can view their receipt here. So char kway teow 1 piece 7 ringgit, laksa 1 piece 3 ringgit, total is 10 ringgit, note no vegetables. Then you can submit. There you go. So there's another receipt. Then they confirm the order. When they confirm the order, they brought to here. So these are the list of orders they want. They ordered in the past. So this so they can you can order multiple times. Yeah, so yep, this is the confirmation. So they can cancel the order if they want. So if they cancel the order, it will be removed from the order list. So it will be status cancelled by customer. So and the order will not be delivered. Admin page for the Unimap food ordering system. So like certain users in the Unimap social media website will be the admin for the food ordering system. So for example, the name of the user in the Unimap social media website is admin1. So he will be the admin. He or she will be the admin of this food ordering system. So they can remove, add, edit or remove menu items in this system. So for example, they want to change the price of item 1. For example, they want to change the name to, like, for example, Maggi Goreng, and the price will be like 5 ringgit and available. And item 4, they choose like Milo Ice, change to 2 ringgit available, and they can modify, click modify, and it will be modified and be available to the user. And they also can add item. For example, they want to add pho. Price is like 7 ringgit. So minimum is 5 characters. Let's say so this is the error handling. So the minimum length of food must be 5 characters. So pho soup, for example, price would be like 3 ringgit. Next, add, so it could be added into the menu, and you can choose not to be available for any reasons. For example, like still on KIV or whatnot. And they can check the orders. Like for example, like customer 1 orders laksa and char kway teow. Customer 1 also order laksa and char kway teow. And yeah, they can check like this one. Like just now, customer 1 also ordered char kway teow, laksa, roti canai, but cancelled by customer. So you can also filter cancel by customer. Just now, this one is cancelled by customer. So these are the filters. Yeah, and they also can check the users that is available, that is in that are verified to be in the foreign system. And this list will update every time a new user is registered onto the Unimap social network website. And the user can also be disabled. That's why there's a list of users. Like for example, they harass the system, like they always cancel order, so the admin can disable their account in the foreign system, and they cannot access the foreign system. And also can add user. For example, like some user doesn't want to make a Unimap social network website, but they prefer the food ordering system, so they can contact the admin to be added into the food ordering system, and they will log in via a special login page. So you can add username, password, name, email, phone number, and address, role, admin or customer, verified or not verified, and enable or not enable. So if it's verified, then it's good to go. Okay, so I think that's that for the food ordering system. And if there's anything to improve, just let me know. Thank you.